Hey guys, Dan here. How are you all? Hey Keenan, Master, Wolfie, how are you all going? Hope you can hear me. I'm not really sure what I am obviously doing this live because look, here I am. Boo! Just thought I'd just do a quick video to all you guys, for you guys. I don't know what the quality of my face looks like, but let me just pull that down a bit so I look superb. Just pretty much as a thank you to everyone that supported the channel while I've been off. Hey, Just Toasty, welcome. As you can see, a picture of me in the background there. I'm going to show you some photos that Mrs. Dan has taken of me while I was in hospital. Now, most of you may or may not know that probably about 6 weeks ago now, I found myself on the operating table having open heart surgery. And I just want to, excuse me, just at this stage, I just really want to thank Wolf and Solo for carrying the channel while I wasn't here. You know, I know it's Wolf's channel as well, but to put in, you know, 5 weeks without any support or any break, thumbs up to you, Wolfie. Just really want to say thank you so much. But basically, I just want to go, you know, run through a few photos of what's gone on in my life over the last 6 weeks. Again, you're all aware that, well, most of you are aware, and if you're not aware, you are now aware. Why is my mouse not doing what it wants to do? That I have had open heart surgery. This is actually the first night of me sitting in the hospital waiting to be told by the surgeons what's going to go on. You want to raise, Wolfie? Mate, no worries. I'm at work, so I'll watch this after. Big shout out to me. No worries, Keenan. Big shout out to Keenan. Thanks, guys. Really do appreciate everyone dropping in for this chat. And I know that they'll, you know, a lot of you guys will probably watch this video after as well. But I just want to run through a few things because I've actually got to confess that this was probably the scariest time of my life ever. Out of everything I've done, you know, I'm 56 years of age, and this was truly the scariest moment in my life. And I think it's also an awakening as well, you know, because you know, I've lived a fantastic life. You know, my lifestyle has been too good, which has now put me here. So I guess there's a little bit of a shout out to you guys saying, mate, you need to look after yourself. You know, and I'll run through a few things. I'll show you a few photos and that of what I've gone through. But it's scary, you know, to think that, you know, you're about to have surgery on your heart. I mean, without that, you're dead. I mean, pretty much. So whilst I was sitting on the bed here, which I'm just going to pull up that photo again, I had a surgeon come in and talk to me. You know, trying to think about what the seriousness of what's going on with me. So to give you an idea, over the last probably 12 months or so, when I was in LA, I was actually getting a bit of chest pain, and a little bit before that, not a lot of chest pain, just struggled to breathe, was always tired, very lethargic as well. And so when I got back to Brisbane, they booked me in for a specialist. And what they were hoping that they could do is just give me a stent. Now, what a stent is it goes into your heart. I'm just going to see if I can pull that up. A stent is a tube that goes through your heart that just opens up your veins, right? Or opens up your arteries so that the blood can flow through. That doesn't look very good, does it? So that blood can flow through. well, when they had me on the operating table for that, they decided that that was going to be an absolute waste of time for my circumstance. So they whisked me away, gave me a little bit of information, said, look, we really think we need to do surgery, which is open heart surgery, because your artery is pretty much fucked. I mean, that's the reality of it. So whilst I'm sitting, so when now they said it would take us about 3 months to get you into surgery, which I thought was fantastic. But within 2 days of being told this, I got the phone call saying that they booked me in for Monday, for the following Monday. So they gave me really only sort of 2 or 3 days to absorb what's really going on. And you don't know what's going on. You're clueless. I mean, I was clueless. I have no idea, you know. All of a sudden, I'm being, you know, people are talking to me about my will and stuff like this. Like, shit, I'm not going to die, you know, I don't want to die. So sitting at I'm rushed in on the Monday. They sent me home on the Monday afternoon because there was an emergency that had just come in, and emergencies take priority over these sorts of surgeries apparently. So obviously someone's had a heart attack, so they've gone in. Hey, Hawks Gaming, welcome. So whilst they sent me home, and I came back the next day. So this is the next day, me sitting on the bed. This is about 6 o'clock at night. Mrs. Dan took a photo of me, and you see I'm not real happy. I don't know why I'm pulling that face, but I was. And about 15 minutes after this photo was taken, a group of surgeons stood around me and started explaining to me, I guess, what's going to happen and what could happen. And this was, I guess, the most awakening thing that's ever happened to me. And again, one of the most scary. You know, the surgeon basically said to me, we need you to sign some papers to say it's all right for us to do the surgery on you. Fantastic. Yeah, let's get on with it. But before we do this, we've got to give you all the pros and cons. Well, the pros and the cons are basically you have a 95% chance of surviving this surgery. Now, 95%, I mean, that's, you know, some people say that's really good, but I'm going, well, you mean I got 5% chance I could die? Well, the 5% chances I could have during surgery, I could have a heart attack, a stroke, and I could die. Simple as that. In that period of time, the surgery is for about it's supposed to go for about 6.5 hours. So in that period of time, I could die. Wonderful. So I'm now thinking to myself, maybe I don't want this surgery now. Maybe how about we just pack up our shit and go home? The surgeon then proceeded to say, the reason why we've got you in here, Dan, is because within the next 12 months, you've got a 95% chance of dying. I'm like, holy fuck, I got a 95% chance of dying in the next 12 months. Now, I'm 56 years of age, so I'm not that old. And all of a sudden it was like, I got a 95% chance of surviving, I got a 95% chance of dying within the next 12 months. Well, I don't want to die. So we signed the paperwork, and surgery was then scheduled for the very next day. So this is how quick these guys move. Now, just a quick shout out to the Prince Charles Hospital, which is where I was for the surgery. Absolutely amazing, amazing people. So I'm just going to run through some photos and explain to you what I can remember what's going on. So this particular photo is me now. This is the next day, getting ready for surgery. I'm now in my pink gown. It's a very sexy pink gown. Your ass can be seen from all over the place. It's awesome. But this is me getting ready to go in for surgery, and at this stage I really have no idea what the fuck is going on. You know, I've had no time to comprehend that I could be dead today, on this day. So they've rushed me into the waiting room. It's like a waiting room in the OR, where they run through a few more things, do some more tests, plenty of fucking blood tests. I've had more needles given to me than I know what. And the next thing, I'm in the operating room, and the anesthesiast, or yeah, that's it, an anesthesiast or whatever it is, comes in and says, "Great, we're gonna let you have a bit of a nap now. I want you to count backwards from 10, and mate, I didn't even get to 10. I was sound asleep. All I know is that 6 hours later, I was struggling to wake up and all this sorts of stuff. I don't really know what happened there. But there was a lot, you know, I was in ICU where they did a shit ton of stuff. So in that time, no one can see me because I'm in intensive care. So I survived. Well, here I am. But the next photo this is me actually in my ward. Mate, I have no idea what's going on here. I am so doped up. I mean, these are the best drugs in the world. It's absolutely fantastic. But what's scary is you can see I'm sitting up there. I've had surgery less than 8 hours ago, and they are saying, mate, you got to sit up. We want you to start moving. And one of the funny stories, on this very day that I'm sitting here in this photo, the surgeon came in and explained, look, the surgery was fantastic. It was almost textbook. We had no issues. You're doing great. So from what happens from here is we're going to get some people to come in and they're going to check you out and do the whole thing. And then we're going to get the physiotherapist is going to come in and explain to you what they want you to do and what we're going to do to rehabilitate you. So rehabilitation is about 8 to 12 weeks. So I'm now 6 weeks into it. As you can see, I'm sitting here, I'm talking. I'm pretty excited about all that sort of stuff. But about 15 minutes after this photo is taken, a physiotherapist comes in and goes, okay, let's go for a walk. And I looked at her and I said, you know, I've just had open heart surgery, don't you? Like, and she said, yeah, let's go. So this is the very next day, and this is how scary these are. You know, I know years ago, if you had an open heart surgery or something like this, mate, you'd be laid up in bed for months and months and months. Well, they just don't want you to I guess, get caught up in all the shit that's going on. So I'm just going to change the photo for you. Just to give you an idea. So they've got me pretty wired up. This is a photo of, it's not a very good photo. This is how they hold all the stitching together. This is actually on my chest, but you can see all these things. I've got tubes hanging out of me. I've got all sorts of shit going on. Can't really show you that one. The food, actually, this is a fantastic hospital. The food was absolutely amazing. This is satay chicken with rice. And they let you eat fat shit. It looks like you lost weight, Dan. Mate, I have lost 10 kilos, Masters, absolutely. Yeah, they've really knocked me out. This is the menu. Look at that. Oh, Asian stir fry, there you go. Cream of chicken soup and steamed rice and orange juice and all that sort of stuff, so I could have that. Hey Dannii, laying in bed after surgery can lead to blood clots and make you actually get worse. And that's what they've actually said to you, Dawn. They actually want you moving around. So I was actually really surprised on day one that they got me out walking, which was quite scary because you're in a lot of pain. I know you're taking drugs and all that, but the pain is still there. And you know, if anyone hasn't seen anyone that's had open heart surgery, it's actually quite scary. So this is a photo of my leg. This is my right inside of my right leg. So there's stitches, and they're actually staples. So you start from there, and they've cut all the way up here, and it actually goes up up further in my leg. This is where they actually took one of the arteries, or took an artery to fix two of the arteries. So under my chest, you can't see that, but under my chest there's a big artery which they took out, and then they put that as the main artery. And then this artery that's in my leg here, that I'm showing you on my leg, there is, there. That artery is what they fixed up the rest of it. So I have this massive scar. So I've got the battle wounds to show that I've had open heart surgery. I think it goes up a little bit further. Oh yeah, I don't know what that is. But hey, shaved legs, shaved chest, shaved groin, they even shaved my nuts. Don't understand why they shaved my nuts, but they fucking did. But which is really cool. Hey Captain Turner, welcome. This is obviously a couple of days into it now. You know, I've still got a lot of tubes hanging out of me, feeling a little bit better. have this amazing button that every time you get a bit of pain, you just press the button and the pain disappears instantaneously. Absolutely love it. So it's all part of Queensland Health, the Prince Charles Hospital where I was in. Always tried to watch a little bit of YouTube. Always try to watch how bad Wolf fucked up during the stream. So I enjoyed doing that. That was pretty cool. So that's me, obviously in the hospital there with my iPad, still all wired up to all the other shit. So one of the things that they do now, or what they were doing for me in hospital, and what they said to me, so I went in for surgery on the Wednesday, and most people are in for about a week to 2 weeks, and they said that for me to be able to leave hospital, I have to be able to walk 100 meters unassisted, and I have to be able to walk up 3 flights of stairs unassisted. And so my big push was to get all that done. So once I realized that I was allowed to walk and that things weren't going to fall out and my heart was going to be all right, I had a pacemaker in there as well, the pacemaker was just under here somewhere, I think. That kept the heart going. So part of the surgery is that when they do it, which is quite scary, and the reason why you have a big scar down here is that they actually cut down there and then they break your rib cage apart, and then I think they take your heart out somehow, okay? It's still connected, I think. And then they collapse your lungs. So part of the rehabilitation is having to learn to breathe again. I know it sounds silly, but you know, this is all the stuff that you're going through. And then, because they have to re-inflate your heart, they put it all back together. So I have wire inside my chest. I don't know how long that stays. Well, I think it stays in there until I die, I guess. But that's what's now part of holding my rib cage together while it fixes itself. Well, Dan, eat lots of healthy foods. No salads though, because they wash it in dirty water. That's why we wash them in clean water here now, Masters. So healthy foods, mate. I have not. This is how scary it is. I've had a little bit of alcohol because I've had to go to a few events over the last couple of weeks. But I'm eating so healthy. I've had no soft drinks, which is like Pepsi, Coke, or any of that sort of stuff. So I've been now exercising a lot more. I am dropping weight. As I said, I've dropped about 10 kilos since I've got out. So it's 10 kilos in 3 weeks, I think I've dropped. Let's have a look at some more photos. So this is the actual scar on my chest. I think you guys can see that there, yeah? So that runs pretty much from just under here, all the way down just past there, and this is actually healing up really good. But the bruising is absolutely amazing. And I'm still in, if I touch it, there's a slight bit of pain there now, but the stitches are all gone. They pulled all the stitches out whilst I was in hospital. The only stitches that they didn't pull out was in my leg. Now they used staples, like aluminium staples, I think, all the way down my leg, and I think Dannii counted there was 92 staples in my leg. So Mrs. Dan counted those. You always got to pull faces when you're in hospital. So I'll show you my leg. This is after they cleaned it up and made it look good. So you can see all the staples there. They run all the way up my leg. Fucking hurt like bullshit. Which is pretty amazing. These stitches, you can see some stitches there. These down the bottom here, I don't know if you can see them. Let me just point to, oh, wrong way, up there. You can't quite see them. Let me just make myself on the wrong side of the screen. There we go. Hang on, bear with me, guys. You can see those stitches just there. Yep. They were actually where they put tubes in me, was to get any excess fluid out of the lungs and all that sort of stuff as well. But they were the last stitches to come out. The little bandage on this side here is where the pacemaker was. It's like it gives you electric shocks to keep your heart going. If your heart drops under a certain beat, it zaps you, which is really cool. And again, me taking pulling more face. I hate having my photos taken. I know you wouldn't. You don't believe that. Hey Snakes, how you going? I know you don't believe that I don't like having my photos taken. I am very photogenic. I mean, look at this face. Had my brother and sister-in-law bring me a fruit basket. This is while I was in hospital. There's pineapple there. There's oranges, apples, mandarins, pears, bananas. There's rock melon. There's watermelon. There's pawpaw. All sorts of stuff there. So this is cool. Kale salads. Oh, do you like kale? Mate, I do not like kale, Masters. I got to tell you, I do not like kale. Mrs. Dan likes kale. So then so that was actually, I think that was the last day that I was in hospital, and this is now me at home. So I went in for surgery on the Wednesday. On the Sunday night after the Wednesday, I said to the physiotherapist, I want to try walking up the stairs. I want to try walking the 100 meters unassisted. Now I've been practicing for the last few days. So they said, well, you sure? Usually we need to wait a few more days. I said, no, let's do it. So I managed to walk, I think it's about 120 meters unassisted. They then took me to the stairs. I walked up 3 flights of stairs, and wham, bam, they said, well, we're going to send you home tomorrow. So the surgeon came in on the Monday morning and said, we're going to send you home today. There's no reason to have you here anymore. And mate, I was so happy. I mean, as much as I love the people in the hospital, the nurses and the doctors were fantastic. They do silly things like, hey, have a good night's sleep, and then every half hour they wake you up to do a blood test or take your temperature or something like that. I'm like, how the fuck can you have a good night's sleep? Turner, I love kale, tomato, and ranch. Also glad you're back, Dan. Thank you so much, Captain Turner. I just want to really thank you all for the amazing support that you guys have given me. You know, I've had a lot of private messages come through to me through Facebook and stuff like that as well, which is yeah, it's heartwarming, considering I didn't think any of you liked me. Well, it actually shows. Got to congratulate Wolf. Wolf is the biggest wanker on Life is a Game. It is official now. So during all that, so Mrs. Dan has to do stupid shit like this while I'm asleep. Okay, well, this is just a quick photo of me. And see, I never wear pajamas, and I'm wearing pajamas, as you can see there. There you go. Not going to show you that one anymore. There's a little photo of my my grandson. Why he has a ribbon in his hair, I have no idea. Yeah, that's it, Wolfie. I know that feeling. I like walking late, did you? I know, it pisses me off getting woken up every 10 minutes. So when I got home, Dannii kept taking photos. You can see all the bruising in my legs, still all the staples. This is a real painful, it's actually quite funny because my chest, which is where I thought I'd be having all the pain, it wasn't. It was actually my leg. And even now, I get pain in my leg if I walk too far or do something like that. But this was actually more excruciating than actually the actual heart part, or actually the heart surgery for that matter. But as you can see, healing up quite well. There you go. I think there's some more photos. I'll just show you. Dannii just kept a track record. You can see the bruising going down. So this is now on the. So I went in for surgery on the 17th of July, and then on the 26th of July, I'm sitting at home. 30th of July, stitches are still in. It's not a very good photo, Mrs. Dan. The bruising's not as bad now. So it was looking good, and then of course Mrs. Dan decides to go out and get pissed. Just a quick photo. So there's a photo of Mrs. Dan off to the left there, and this is her friend Tanya. Right behind there is the Brisbane Wheel. Right next to that is the Brisbane River. So there's a bit of stuff there. I'll just show you another photo of the Brisbane Wheel. There you go. That's what the Brisbane Wheel looks like. Right next to the Brisbane River, in the heart of Brisbane. So whilst all that's going on, she doesn't mind drinking a lot of champagne. Oh, excuse me. I'm now, so we are now in July. This is me actually sitting in the doctors, ready to get half the staples out. So they only wanted to pull half the staples out. which I hated. They use this tool like this. And I got to tell you, this was actually more painful than actually the heart surgery itself. I got to tell you. It's a bit more there. So champagne photos. I want to show you those. You can see them. So this is actually me. I can't remember what I'm actually playing on PlayStation, guys, in bed. Okay, because I still can't move at this stage. They're sort of restricting me on how much movement. And of course, what do you reckon? Something like that. Some nice cakes. Beautiful. Mrs. Dan was out and about. Obviously, Mrs. Dan was still working. Things. So, Wolfie, we were talking about tattoos. I'm actually getting a tattoo on my wrist. Don't know whether it'd be on the top or the bottom. And it's actually of this. And then beside it, I'm actually going to have going around it. Yeah, you can't see it. Oh yeah, that's it. So I'm going to have that, but I'm going to have these heart things, heart pulses running off the heart as well and going right around my wrist. So that's the only tattoo I will ever have. But I just want to actually get it as a reminder of what I've been through. So scary shit. But fortunately, as you can see, not long after surgery, I'm out and about.
Back on the spot. Stop putting the key. You won't find any better.
So we're at the this is at the Brisbane exhibition.
Wow.
Bit of food there. Mrs. Dan's actually photo. Very
Can't have that,
and obviously
baby.
we get to go and sample all this stuff, which I couldn't this
Not
year.
anymore.
At all this food. Strawberries, come with it. Yum. I've got the monitor on.
Look at
I'll
them
try that one.
macaroons.
I won't show you anything like that because the video goes on for a little bit. We obviously went off to see some fireworks. We actually tried to we did this last year for you guys. But we couldn't get it live this year, so there's a few things there. Then more food. Why is Dan, Mrs. Dan just takes photos of food and more food? Look at this. Look at this stuff here. This is I think this is pork belly with noodles. Yeah, that was loud. Sorry about that, guys. I didn't realise that was actually a video when I turned it on. Come on, load up, guys. But guys, I'm not going to show you anymore. I've shown you the scars and that, but I just want to run through a few things. And I mentioned in the title that hang on, I'll just show you this. This is the photos of the staples that were in my leg. Don't know where they clear. Oh, there you go. Are they clearer now? Staples that was in my legs. This is just half of them, so they have to pull those out. But what it's done for me, I guess, and where I'm going with this, guys, is that, you know, I've had a bit of an awakening, a life awakening, and I think it's time now for me to sort of reevaluate what I want to do and where I'm going with it all. You know, the YouTube channel is absolutely fantastic, and we're loving it. But we're going to do more YouTube. We're going to be talking to Wolf over the next few days about our schedules a little bit more. I've set up through this My Town magazine, which is obviously who pays me, My Town magazine. Don't know why that's all blurry. Hang on a minute. Is that better? I've actually changed the name of the channel, and I'm just going to see if I can find it here for you guys. Hey, we're live. Let me just have a look here. Oh, actually, I don't think I can. Yes, I can. Here we go, down here. Oh, there's Hawks is live. Get off, Hawksy. You shouldn't be live. Where are we? Here we go. This is our new channel. This is the Adventures of Dan and Dannii. And we're taking it. I've actually pulled this away from My Town magazine. Dan, did I told you I met FaZe? You actually didn't mention that. That'd be so cool meeting FaZe Rug. He's a cool YouTuber. But one of the things that that we're doing as soon as I'm a little bit more recovered is that we've turned this the Adventures of Dan and Dannii into a YouTube channel just about Mrs. Dan and me, and obviously our family. But the adventures and you guys know that we go on a lot of adventures, and we just want to do. It's one of the things that you know, I think for my sake. I just want to start sharing my world with you guys as I have in the past, and we got pretty slack towards the end, where we weren't videoing as much or weren't showing you as much. Just bear with me, guys. Weren't showing you as much as we probably could have or should have, for that matter. So you know, we've just bought a whole heap of new camera equipment, some gimbals. I've also just bought a mini drone. So some of the places that we go to, we're going to be able to send up a drone and do all that. And I know you say, well, what's it to do with your heart surgery? It has a lot to do with my heart surgery. You know, My Town magazine is a business for me, and I do a lot with it. But I also, we're about to launch a new product in the next few months as well, or next few weeks actually. I don't know about months. In the next few weeks for here in Australia. But we do a lot of, Mrs. Dan and I do a lot of travel, and we really want to. Hey, camp and stay! Oh my God, g'day, mate! Woo! It's another Aussie. But it's just something that Mrs. Dan and I want to do. We want to get out and do a lot more traveling now. I know we used to travel a fair bit now, but this heart surgery for me has made me go, I got to live every day as if it's my last. And that's something that I'm going to do, because I guess you know, a few weeks ago it could have been my last day on earth, and you know, I'm very grateful and very excited that. Let me just move a little bit closer there. There you go. It's a bit. I look better now. You know, I'm very grateful that I am still here, and I just want to share. You know, and it's not about becoming YouTube famous or anything like that. You know, we've got you know, 2 fantastic YouTube channels. The Adventures of Dan and Dannii now, which was the My Town magazine one. You know, so if you haven't subscribed to it, subscribe to it, guys. We're going to be doing a lot of stuff around Brisbane and around southeast Queensland. We've mentioned thanks, Cameron Snake, much appreciated. Hey, the Empire King, mate, I'm absolutely fantastic. Thank you. You know, one of the things that we're in the middle, Mrs. Dan and I are in the middle of planning at the moment is in 2021 in around about November 2021. I know it's a year and a bit away. We're going to be doing a world tour. So we will be leaving here in Brisbane, Australia. Our first stop will be Singapore, where we'll be spending about 3 days in Singapore. So we're going to be videoing this whole thing and live and all sorts of stuff. From Singapore, we'll be flying to Dubai, spending about 3 or 4 days in Dubai. Then from Dubai, we are heading to. At this stage, it's either going to be Barcelona or it's going to be Paris. We're not sure yet. Once we've done that, once we've done Barcelona, we're then heading to London or to England, where we're going to be spending, I think it's about 10 days, where we'll be catching up with Wolf and his family. My family still live over. Well, my aunties and uncles still live in the UK. Not far actually from where Wolfie lives. So I'll be catching up there, spend a bit of time then. Hopefully heading up to Scotland to catch up with Keithy. Then from the UK, we'll be heading over to New York for about 3 or 4 days. And then we're going out to Niagara Falls for a couple of days. And from there, heading to LA, where we're going to be spending a couple of days in Palm Springs. And we're spending 3 days in LA. And then we're heading to Hawaii for about 5 days, I think it is, and then heading back to Brisbane. So it's going to be an exciting, you know, we're planning this now. We started the planning, but the lead up to that, we want to get as much practice as we can videoing and showing you guys my fantastic city. And by King, I'm from Sydney and never went anywhere out of Australia. You haven't been out of Australia? Gotta go, mate. I've always had the travel bug. More so now since I've had open heart surgery. You know, you're going to see a lot more videos. Not only through Life as a Game. New York, it's close to you, Turner? Mate, I'll let you know. We're going to let everyone know where we are. if you guys want to catch up with us, we'd love you to catch up with us. I think Masters, you're down in San Diego, I think you are. Yeah, Brizzy Tours, that's what we're going to do, Camping Snake. Yeah, I'm just reading the comments back a little bit there. So we're going to do a ton of stuff. Brisbane is still the greatest, mate. You are so on the money there. And I keep saying to people, you know, people say, oh, you know, you went to New York, you went to LA, you went here, you went there, you're doing all this traveling. And I always say to people, the minute I jump on a plane and start heading back to Brisbane, and as we're flying in over the Brisbane airport, I look down and I go, this is the best city in the world. And I know you all may think that your cities are, but we live here in Brisbane, and it is a spectacular city. It's clean, it's safe, and the temperature, the weather is always fantastic here. So it's cool. I really want to go to England, though I heard it is nice and things. Mate, look, Wolfie lives in England. If you follow Life as a Game channel, have a chat to Wolfie about it. He's got nothing but bad shit to say about it, but no, he loves it. It's shit in the UK. I've been trying to get out of here. Wolfie's actually trying to work out how to get to Australia. So, guys, if you want to donate to the channel, give Wolfie as much money as we can, so we can get Wolfie to live in Australia, which would be even greater. Yep, San Diego. And I love San Diego too, Masters. I think San Diego is a beautiful city. But guys, these are the changes that's happening in my life. You know, we jumped on yesterday. We're going to do a lot more YouTube. A lot more videos. I'm hoping that Wolf will be able to do some more stuff as well. I would like to think that Life as a Game can be pumping out 3 videos a day, which we're going to be talking about. Now, I don't know whether that's going to happen, but I know the Adventures of Dan and Dannii, we're going to be producing. Now, these are going to be, most of these are going to be recorded videos, where we're going to record everything that we've done for the week as far as places that we go. We're going to put them all together, and then once a week we're going to upload them. Good, mate. Working on the trains late at night, but whoa, where'd that go? Late at night, saw this live stream, so on. Mate, I'm so glad you stopped by camping. Mate, we have really missed you. We have really missed you, buddy. It's good to see that you're still alive and well. It's very hard to get a job here, mate. You're a YouTube star, Wolfie. Start fucking YouTubing. That's where you can make some money. Hey, I've said it live on YouTube. We have a wonderful channel. We have some fantastic people. I can't get to your live streams. Uploads will do me, Dan. No worries. But guys, if you haven't subscribed to The Adventures of Dan and Dannii, is just spelled just like that. Subscribe to it. Love to see that channel go up. I will leave the details, the links and that at the bottom of this video as well, if you want to go count that. I'm also setting up another YouTube channel. One of the things that since we've had My Town magazine, just bear with me. I've been shooting a lot of stuff on, you know, using super high-tech Canon cameras. You know, there's $5,000 sat there in cameras. But we've been doing a lot of shooting on these. Where are we? This camera on iPhones, and we've actually been producing magazines with nothing but nothing but iPhone photos. In fact, I've had our photographers are now shooting, instead of carrying big heavy Canons around or Nikons or whatever it is, we're now using. Hey Dan, welcome. We're now just using these. Using magic things like gimbals. I don't know if you can see these gimbals which hold your iPhone in place. We get pretty high tech now with our equipment. And iPhone and even some of the other mobile phones are the photo quality is just absolutely amazing. And so that's what we're now doing. So to be able to carry these things around with us, we're shooting a lot. I use my YouTube on iPhone. That's till I got the PS4, yeah, and we saw that, Captain. We saw that too. I don't know why I'm calling you that. But we're actually going to be doing. We've set up a YouTube channel. We haven't put any videos on it yet, but it's how to photograph. I can't remember what it's called now. It's another YouTube channel. Where are we? See if I can find it. I'm probably not even subscribed to it. I'm just looking at the other monitor, guys. But it's how to shoot photography with an iPhone. So not just shooting photos and stills, but shooting videos, shooting time lapse, all that sort of stuff. I'll leave the link in the bottom of this video as well if you guys want to know more about how to do that. You know, I've got some great photographers that work for me. I am a good photographer myself. Let me just get rid of her. That's Mrs. Dan. So we're going to be doing some short videos on how to shoot using the iPhone and any other mobile phones, what apps to use and all that sort of stuff. So it was pretty exciting. As I said, the changes that's happened to me, I'm more excited now about being alive. I'm excited about my businesses. I'm excited about YouTube. Super excited about YouTube, and the support that you guys are giving us has just been absolutely amazing, guys. Unless you get working or student visa, but it's still immigration laws are tight. Yes, I'm just reading this. Dan says if you have a visitor visa, you can change it to different ones if you move to Australia. Yep, you can. So there's a lot of people moving to Australia, which is freaking awesome. So and I'm afraid I'm sort of with Camp and Snake and probably anyone else that lives in Australia, mate. Australia's the bomb, mate. It is absolutely the best country in the world to live in. You know, we have our issues. We have a shit government. We have all that sort of stuff. But mate, it's awesome. Dan, when I get my SD card adapter, will you see my blog vids, mate? I jumped on. I have been pretty slack over, and I'm going to say probably over the last 5 or 6 months. You know, I've been pretty busy with the business. I haven't been jumping into a lot of your guys' videos, and I need to get back to that. And Wolfie's going to get back to that as well. You know, you guys support us. We need to support you guys as well, which is what we did in the early days. You know, we've seen a lot of changes in YouTube. We've seen a lot of people struggling on YouTube, but we're not. We're having a lot of fun. But we're going to make it more fun, guys. 2 places that are the easiest to move to are Australia and Canada. Well, Canada is another country. Mate, I've never actually been there, but I've got cousins that live in Canada. You seen Kiss this year, Dan? They're performing for the last time. I know. How fucking awesome is that? Kiss is performing here in Brisbane for the last time. I think they've only performed here maybe 2 or 3 times, I think, camping. Do you need a job, though, in Australia? My mate is asking. Yes, you do have to have a job, or you have to have enough money to support yourself for 12 months, I think it is, something like that. It's very similar to the US. I wouldn't say it's easy, but it is easy than most countries. I can probably stream on Xbox. I just need, yep. You can do studying here. Yes, you can do studying here in Australia on a visa as well. But guys, I've waffled on long enough. I just want to thank Wolf. I really want to thank Wolf and Solo for carrying the channel without me. And I know how hard it is, you know, to stream every day of the week and not have a break. So I'm waiting for Wolf to say, oh, I'm having a break next week. But I'm going to be pretty much back on board within the next probably 3 or 4 days, as far as, you know, being able to stream myself, which is pretty exciting. Well, it's exciting for me, probably not for you guys. But again, I just want to thank, I said, Wolf and Solo for the amazing carrying me around. Thanking you guys for the amazing support that you're giving the channel. And of course, I've got to thank the Prince Charles Hospital, because I'm still alive, which is fucking amazing. And of course, on this video, I've got to thank Mrs. Dan and my family for still being around, I guess, you know, with all the shit that I've just put them through over the last few weeks. But guys, thank you so much. I am going to call it here. You guys are freaking awesome. You can join Dan and I. We're both Bris Vegas buddies. We are, and we need to YouTube more together, camping. We need to work out when you're going to do it. We're going to be talking about our stream times as well. You know, we're going to continue to do 7 Days to Die. First thing, Brisbane time in the morning, which is late at night Wolf's time. But we're going to, you know, I'd like to see us knocking up a couple more videos. You know, we've got some great games out there. We've got Wreckfest, which we jumped on yesterday, which I was going to do today, but I thought, hey, I'm going to have a chat to you guys. So I'm going to be doing a little bit of Wreckfest. You know, we've got Car Mechanic, which we should be streaming. We've got The Forest. We've got a whole bundle of other games that we can be doing. I've got a $3,000 game PC, so I can play some games that are cross-platform. Awesome. Moved from Brisbane, and now I'll be moving back. Good on you, Dan. You got to move. But Brisbane is the best city in the world, mate. Absolutely fantastic. But thank you so much, guys. Again, really do appreciate the support. I will leave any links of the 2 new channels that we're setting up if you haven't already done it at the end of the stream. But guys, thank you so much. Konnichiwa, the river's dirty, Viva Las Vegas, and cheers, mate. See ya.